Hey there, Cancer, and welcome to your week of May 17th, 2021 tarot reading. About to hit you up with a general vibe card here, then a 4-card spread, past, present, future, and an outcome. Hopefully everything's going good for you, Cancer. We just got a pop out for you, so we'll get to that shortly. But remember, Cancer, that these are general readings, so just take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't try to make something fit that's not there, and don't try to make something kind of go to the narrative the way you think things should go. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not, right? So anyway, Cancer, we've got the building blocks card for you. So really building up some strong foundations, and that doesn't necessarily mean like building up like basics where it comes to like learning the foundations of like particular skills and such. It can be that, of course, but it can also be kind of building up the proper building blocks of having a solid foundation of like a group of people that support you, right? Being like, this person is loyal to me and they'll support me, and they, as long as, I'm loyal to them, I support them. They're good people, right? That's building blocks, right? That kind of a thing as well. And it can also be just lessons in life and such like that too. So that's really good. That's a nice strong way to start. We're building a good foundation here this week, Cancer. Not about forward progress, but about like getting ready so that we can have something to build on, right? You don't want to be like the company I work for and they built their fucking terminal on a swamp. That was not a very smart idea. Not good at all. You should have built it on some more solid ground than that. So, but anyway, Cancer, you guys can, as always, you don't have to right now, but you can leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, check out your Sun, Moon, and Horizon videos after this one, and even share the video if you feel so inclined. So anyway, Cancer, we will get you your spread here. And, well, we got cards flipping through the deck. Cards flipping over all over the place. But we will get you your spread in just a second. I think we have shuffled the deck enough. So, Cancer, in your past, we got Pisces popping up with the moon. So this is Pisces card. Maybe you've been dealing with a Pisces in your past, or maybe you got Pisces in your chart, but this is a card of kind of self-discovery, right? This is a card of kind of getting to know yourself, following your own path, right? You can kind of feel torn one way or the other. You got both these like wild dogs here, and you might like one dog wants you to feed it and the other dog wants you to feed it, and they're just going to keep barking at you while you walk down the path here. To me, you stay on the path. You don't feed either dog, right? That's kind of like the idea of, one dog is sort of like your feral wild side, and the other dog is like the obedient, like what does society expect from me side, right? And so you don't feed either more than the other one. You just walk down the path, right? And you let both of them walk beside you, and you find your own path, and you go to the beat of your own drum. So I feel like you've been doing a lot of introspection in the past here, and maybe that's part of the building blocks. You've kind of been realizing who you really are, Cancer. So I like that a lot. Oh, we got two here that wanted to pop out. We got the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. So 3 of Cups is a card about celebrations. Your community, your friends, your family, all them coming together and celebrating. Of course, with COVID and everything, you don't do that recklessly. Of course, if things are safe and what have you, and the restrictions aren't on, like celebrate, go ahead. But if they are on, don't do anything reckless. But maybe just a cause for celebration, right? We've also got the 7 of Wands here, which is a card of defending your position. When you know, as Tim the Glory Boys would say. So just kind of defending your position, right? People might be saying, like, trying to poke holes in something. Like, maybe you've realized, like, a certain aspect of yourself here with the moon, and so you're trying to defend yourself. And you're being like, you know what, this is who I am, and you're kind of like, just kind of being like, no, this is who I am. People are like, well, we know you, Cancer. We know you're like this, and this. And it's like, I was doing that stuff because, I felt pressured to do it. I felt like I had to put on airs, or I had to wear a mask for people. And that's why I was doing it. And this is who I really am now. I've really come in touch with myself. And I feel like that's maybe your cause for celebration with the 3 of Cups here, is sort of you realizing that, okay, I don't have to hide myself anymore. I can be me. I don't have to hide in the showers. I don't have to hide in the shadows. I can be myself. So I like that a lot. This is leading to the future. We've got Virgo popping up now. So again, maybe dealing with a Virgo. Maybe you have Virgo in your chart. But the Hermit is a guy who has climbed the mountaintop, and he's gained all this knowledge. And so I feel like with your introspection here, you're really getting to the top. Like, you've gained the star here, which is what's in his lantern. It's the star. And he uses that light to shine down from the mountaintop, shine down his light, his knowledge that he's gained. So I feel like you are doing that very much. You've come to grips with who you are and you're shining it down. You're like, this is who I am. And it's so liberating. It's so good to be me. And you're showing that to other people. You're showing who you really are. So that's really awesome, Cancer. This is such a good reading. And building blocks. You're building up the good foundation of who you are. And people are like seeing that, like, oh, this is who Cancer really is, like this whole time. And I'm sure there's some people who know you that have been like, yeah, I've known that all along. And there's other people that have been like, this is such a surprise to me, but it's a good surprise. This is leading to the Nine of Swords, which is a card of kind of like anxieties and fears and stresses and such and nightmares. So maybe for like an outcome, don't let that kind of stuff get a hold of you, right? Don't let that Nine of Swords take a hold of you, because here this person is actually on like a bed that has roses on it. It's a bed of roses, which is to say, like, this person doesn't realize that they have something like really good here, even though like they have all these stresses and anxieties. They feel like, you know, with this whole setup here, from what I'm seeing, it's like maybe you feel like in the future you're gonna feel like all these people are kind of rejecting you because maybe they don't necessarily take it the way you thought they would take it. They weren't as accepting of you, but really they are. Like what we have here with the building blocks and you doing all this introspection and such is proving like these people are like, oh no, we are that support crew for you. You may not feel like it, but you are in a bed of roses. You are in the foundation to get you to where you need to be, to help you out. Like these accepting people, they may not appear it at first, and that might just be shock because this idea that they had in their head of you, or what they felt you were like because of the way you were presenting yourself, isn't exactly how you are saying that you are, right? And it's kind of a shock, and they have to go through like a hermit moment, right? They have to kind of gain some knowledge and do some introspection, like with the moon, and realize like, oh, this is who Cancer really is, right? And you just need to give them some time to digest it, right? So you know, that's just all it is. And don't let the anxieties and fears get you in the meantime, Cancer. Just let it kind of settle. Let it kind of, you know, like let them kind of sit with it a while and realize, oh, okay, this is who Cancer is, right? So yeah, I like that. So we'll get you some clarifiers, see if we can neaten this up a little bit for you. But Cancer, if you could leave a like beforehand, I really appreciate that. It helps out the channel a ton. You can also subscribe so you stay in the loop when I upload new videos. You hit that bell icon too if you haven't already, and you can actually personalize it, which would mean that if you hit the personalize button, you'll only get notified when I upload videos of ones that you are interested in. So if I upload Cancer videos, you only get notified when I upload Cancer videos, not when I upload like a Sagittarius video. If you don't have Sagittarius in your chart and you're not watching those videos, it won't notify you then like it would if you just hit the regular bell icon, right? So but you can of course check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one as well, get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead. And of course you can share this video too if you feel so inclined. But I think we've shuffled this deck enough, so let's get to your clarifiers. So clarifying the moon, we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of not knowing if your hard work is paying off, right? And not knowing when you should kind of harvest it. But you are putting in hard work. Like getting in touch with yourself isn't easy. Like looking yourself in the mirror, like giving yourself a good hard look isn't easy. It's not something that you can just kind of be like, oh, that's who I am. That's who I really am. Because that's how you end up putting those masks on. That's how you end up kind of putting on airs and putting on a facade, is by doing that. When you look yourself really hard, right? You really look yourself in the eye and be like, who am I really? That takes time, right? And that is hard work. So it is paying off. Like this is like all this reading so far is saying like it is going to pay off. So don't worry about it. You are getting there. Clarifying the Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups, we got the Page of Cups, which is a brand new, you know, person who's new to their feelings and their emotions. So I feel like maybe this is kind of triggering something in a lot of people. Like you telling them who you really are, you tell them like what you're really about, and it's kind of really triggering something emotionally in those people. And they're kind of realizing like, oh, I kind of had Cancer painted in a different light. And not necessarily a negative one, and this isn't a negative way either, but they're kind of feeling like, oh, like this is really kind of doing something. Like they need to kind of re-examine themselves and re-examine themselves. They need to kind of have a hermit moment now, right? Like we were talking about. So I like that a lot. Clarifying the Hermit is the Seven of Cups. So maybe you have a lot of options of how you can go about shining your light on people, right? About how you can like bring your knowledge of how you got to realizing who you are. Like you can like have a lot of different avenues of telling people like how you did this, how you discovered who you are, right? And it's like you have a whole bunch of different options maybe, or you have a whole lot of different people you can tell this to, tell your story to. Ultimately, I think you should choose the best way like to do this. Like you should maybe really consider like telling your story so that like it's very clear and concise so people have more time to digest it, right? Like if you come at them just with a kind of rambly nonsense, kind of how I'm doing this tarot reading, it's going to confuse them and that's not good. But if you come at them with like this is what happened and this is how I decided this and this and like here's where I am, like that's going to be to them, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I get it, right? It's going to be like, or maybe they won't get it right away, but it'll be easier to digest and process. So I like that. And clarifying the Nine of Swords, you got the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of leaving a legacy, a card of having your like financial material world, your physical world in order and being in a like the best place it can be in, right? Not necessarily like you're filthy stinking rich, but in a really awesome spot, right? So I feel like with the 10 here, it's like you're leaving a legacy behind where people are like, this has kind of changed how they perceive like the world maybe, like, or how they perceive people. You know, it could be like I suddenly realized that all the people that I have these pictures painted of in my head are not like this. If Cancer is not like this, maybe everyone I know is kind of just putting on like a mask or something, or isn't being 100% honest with how they really feel. And that's the truth with all of us, to be honest. Like no one's usually 100% honest with every single person they know, right? Like how many of us have been like 100% honest with like a loved one or a partner or a friend, right? You always kind of hold something back because you're kind of scared, you know, unless that person's like incredibly trusted, of like, what will they think if they hear like my deepest, darkest thoughts or my deepest, darkest like feelings or whatever, right? We always kind of leave a bit back. And I feel like here that maybe those anxieties and those fears with the 9 is going to be what other people are feeling, right? They're going to feel like, oh my Lord, like if this is how everyone else is feeling, or this is how Cancer is, then maybe everyone else is feeling like this. And they're going to have to go through their own hermit moment. And you kind of have to just, you know, they have to kind of go through a hermit moon moment, like how you've gone through, to get to where they need to be as well. So maybe that's the impact you leave on, the legacy you leave on them, is like having these people change their mindsets, having these people change how they look at their world, their physical world, right? So I like that a lot. That's a different sort of reading, Cancer. I've never quite had one like that. So that is all I have for you this week. I really hope that helped you out. Remember, you can leave a like, you can subscribe, hit that bell icon, you can personalize it if you feel so inclined. You can check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one, get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead. You can also share the video if you feel so inclined, and I hope to see you, Cancer, in the next video.